Andrew from Connected Digital World here. I got to attend the press conference for Thor: The Dark World. I thought you guys might be interested in seeing some of the highlights of it. This is part 1 of 2 parts. Enjoy.
Okay, so we can begin. I'm going to start with a hard-hitting question for everybody, starting with you, Kevin, working our way down the line.
Okay.
Put you on the spot. Are you Team Thor or Team Loki? What's your preference?
Oh boy. Who am I sitting closest to? I'm Team Maliki.
Diplomatic answer. Another Christopher. Team Thor or Team Loki?
Oh, definitely Team Maliki.
That's 2 for Team Maliki. It's not even.
Yeah, that's
I'm going down there. And then Natalie?
What kind of woman would I be if I didn't say Team Thor?
Suck up. And Chris?
Team Loki.
Tom?
Team Thor.
Anyone keep a score here, by the way?
I'm losing. I'm destined to lose. That's Loki's fate. I think he's always going to lose.
Aw, I'll go with Team Loki.
Yay! That's 2 for Team Loki. And Alan, I think you've got to
deciding vote.
It's like Sophie's Choice, right? I can't pick one brother over the other, so I will say Team Cat.
Oh, that's
Pretty
nice.
definitive. I think Team Maliki won that one, strangely enough. Okay, now we're going to go ahead to you guys, because we've only got half an hour. So here's this lady here, right here in the front row, and then another lady here in the front row.
Good morning,
Just
all.
there's one microphone. Just
Oh,
right,
okay.
please.
Good morning, all. Question for Chris and Tom, if I may. The subject of trust is prevalent within the film, and I wondered, having worked together now on a number of films, whether you're free to experiment because there is a trust between you as actors.
Sure, I mean, this is certainly a shorthand we have from, having this being the 3rd film we've shot together now, and you don't spend a chunk of your shooting time getting to know one another. We were able to pick up where we left off and have developed a great friendship along the way. And I don't know, from the beginning, we were lucky. We just had a chemistry in the same kind of enthusiasm, and that's the relationship I look forward to, really delving into every time, is being able to ask the questions that Thor and Loki haven't really had the acute focus to do so yet. And this instance was, that was the great opportunity we had.
I love you, man.
I love
It's absolutely true. It's from the beginning of Kenneth Branagh's Thor all the way through Joss Whedon's Avengers and into Alan's Dark World. It has been an amazing adventure for both of us, and the 2 characters define each other and need each other, and all acting is about what happens in the space between people, and the more you trust each other, the deeper you can go. And when I'm on set with Chris, whatever he serves, I'll return, and he'll return back, and that is the joy of it for me.
Thank you. There's a lady here.
Another thing in this is that sibling rivalry, because you've got 2 brothers, and I just wondered whether you drew on your relationship with them to inform your interactions with Loki. And also, as they're both actors, do you find that there's a lot of competition between the Hemsworth brothers?
Neither of them have attempted to take over the universe just yet, but I think I'd have the same reaction if they did. We're competitive as siblings are, in kind of everything from sport and backyard cricket, football, surfing, to who's controlling the remote control, watching TV. This industry, not so much. I think we, certainly all 3 of us understand the sort of frailty and inconsistency of, the work, and we help each other with auditions and always have, and whatever scripts we're working on. And, you're not in direct competition anyway, and it's more of a kind of team effort with this than anything else.
And what about your using the relationship as part of your work?
Yeah, sure. Oh, look, one of the scenes where they're, in the spaceship sort of exiting Asgard, that Tom and I were pretty insistent on saying, no, this has got to feel like, you know, when you're in the back seat with your siblings, and you know, we couldn't get 100 metres down the road before, you know, the three of us would be like, get off, don't touch me, you know, get off, and that kind of, you know, certainly played into that scene, and a lot of the stuff. You understand what it's like to have that kind of love-hate sort of thing, and you do anything for them, but at the same time, the simplest things can annoy you, and yeah, I certainly, you know, try and draw from whatever experiences I've been through, or can empathise with frustration towards one's sibling.
Was that question also for Tom, by the way?
It was.
It can be,
Well, I had two sisters, and so it's slightly different, I suppose. Different.
They have long hair, though, like Thor.
Long blonde hair, both of them. Yeah, I mean, I suppose the thing about siblings is they know you. They know you better than anyone, and there's that thing of always being bound together by your history is something. There's something very honest about the interaction that you can't lie in front of your siblings. And I love in this film. I love that Thor is able to demand from Loki that he play his hand. You know, Loki's someone who's constantly in control. He'll never show you how he really feels, and the only person who gets close to it is Thor, and that seems very true of sibling relationships. I absolutely second the spaceship scene. I've actually been on a road trip with Chris and Liam, and it's very similar to that.
You're the worst driver.
What do you
It's very good.
Yeah, it's quicker.
No, it's not.
And if you spend time with Luke, he just you know, knocks both their heads together and says, "Shut up, boys."
Yeah, he's the older brother, runs the show.
Guys, my question first of all to Natalie. Obviously, in the first film, Jane was very much a spectator, whereas this time she's right in the middle of Thor's world. I wonder if that was part of what excited you about the prospect of coming back. And I guess for Chris and Tom, how nice was it for you to this time have a very beautiful third wheel to your dynamic?
Well, that's very nice, thank you. Yeah, it was exciting to get to come back and work with everyone and meet people who were joining this time, and also because Jane gets to go to Asgard this time, I was lucky enough to get to work more with Tom and to have scenes with Renee and Anthony too were amazing, and I just got to admire from afar, and then also just continue the fun rapport with Kat and Stella and Chris, and there's definitely a lot of laughing, maybe too much laughing on set.
Interesting DVD extras on this one.
Yeah.
But yes, it was brilliant to have Natalie there and to break up some of the godly testosterone of Thor and doing their thing with beautiful Jane. So yeah.
I loved working with Natalie. In the first film, Loki's aware of Jane Foster's presence and refers to her, but it was so fun to see what happens when the two share the same space. Violence, as you see. Just, you know, that's the first move. Can I just say I love your t-shirt? Thanks, man.
I just want to bring Kevin in that, actually, because Marvel have used London a lot, or going to use London a lot in the future. What's it about London that's so great for your studio?
Well, it's no secret that there's a very good tax incentive which lures the studios here. I don't want to pretend that's not the case, but what keeps us here, what keeps us coming back, are the amazing crews, which is unbelievable. We're starting our fourth film next year at Shepperton, and it's been an amazing experience, all four of them.
Fantastic. And the third row, let's stay with the lady beside the gentleman with the glasses.
It's a message, for Tom. If Comic-Con's anything to go by, people really love Loki. What do you think it is about Loki that people seem to really love kind of more over Thor?
Several more years of brotherly therapy while
Yeah, you know.
Can I tell you what I love about Loki? I mean, we've been talking about this all morning, and it's very hard to, you never go as well, but I don't know that it was ever the plan to have Loki in this many films, but purely to do with everything that Tom brought to the table in the first one and how incredible he was, and the mixture of strength and villainous and mischief and vulnerability, which is such an access point. You can immediately kind of empathise with this misunderstood guy. Is why he kept, am I correct, Kevin? Why he kept bringing him back into every film. Like, I don't know that was ever the plan, but I mean, my hat goes off to Tom, and I think he's done such an incredible job in every film, and hopefully we can keep sneaking him in more.
I love you, man. I wanted to say in response to the second part, I think Loki is defined by Thor. He's defined in opposition to him, that they are yin and yang, they are the sort of the sun and the moon, that the whole point of them is that they are in opposition. And the whole sort of, I don't know, the popularity of the character has been such an amazing surprise. I'd never expected it in my wildest dreams. I don't know, I found him a fascinating prospect because he's a mixture of playfulness and charm and mischief. That's his moniker, he's the god of mischief, so there's a playfulness to him. But he's such a broken character. He's grief-stricken and bitter and jealous and angry and lonely and proud. And so the cocktail of all of his kind of psychological damage and his playfulness, as an actor, is just a really interesting thing to inhabit. And by the way, you are the only Thor. Thank God. No. Someone's phone. Free phones up here.
There's a chap here in the front row with a white shirt that you just made me remind you.
Hi guys, I'm Alexander, and being from Sweden, I love all the scenes with Stellan Skarsgård. That's been crazy. And I also feel this movie has much more humor than any other Marvel film I've ever seen. So can you comment on that, maybe Alan and Kevin?
But yeah, the humor was critical, and I can't say enough great things about Stellan. He was the first thing we shot. I think we started with him in Stonehenge running around with a phone on. And he's probably one of the few men I know who walks into it to me bat an eye. He didn't hesitate for a second. He's hilarious and always truthful in his performance. It's just great.
And speaking of comedy, I'm going to bring Kat in this one. I'm delighted to see that Darcy still can't pronounce Mjolnir, which is great. Is there a lot of improvisation on the set of a movie like this?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. There was a little bit of improv in my first day back, and I'm on the show in the States, which allows no improv whatsoever. And so when you guys told me I could do that, I didn't know what to do. I was very jet lagged, so I think banana balls came out of my exhaustion. But yeah, I was very happy to be back. You guys gave Darcy some awesome things to say and do.
And there's a gentleman in the front row with that.
Chris, we've seen a lot of great development from Thor from the first film through to Avengers, now this. How do you feel you developed as an actor from the first film to now this? And also for Alan, I was surprised to find that this is actually one of the more shorter Marvel films of the Marvel films. So what was the editing process like, and how much footage can we expect to see deleted scene-wise?
Who goes first? Chris goes first.
I mean, every film I look back and go, oh, okay, now I get it. And then I start the next one and go, oh, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And, it's nice to be able to approach your character again and for the third time attack it in a different way with a different director and have a whole new bag of ideas and influences and ways to approach it. I think I grew up as a person as well, as you do through time, strangely enough. And as did, so Thor, that echoes into whatever you're doing in your work. And, it was nice to have a more mature Thor who was sort of less petulant and arrogant and teenager, as the first one was at times. But that transition into him understanding the darker side of the throne and that responsibility and the sacrifices. It was fun to play with.
That's it for part 1. If you want to continue to watch part 2, click on the link on the screen now, and why not subscribe to our channel for more interviews, gameplay footage, unboxings and more.